Conditions. Automatic medical systems engaged. High impact reactive armor activated. Atmospheric contaminant sensors.
Man, I really didn't want to turn that music down. Hi, I'm Tom, and this is Black Mesa. And before we begin, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing, because we just hit 50 subs. Yay! And now, I know it ain't 50 million, but still, I'm damn proud of it, and I love Ollie. But now that school's temporarily done, we're gonna review some games again. And not just any games. It's the remaster of the Citizen Kane of video games, Black Mesa, which is a remaster of Half-Life 1. I never played either one of the Half-Life games though.
You serious?
Okay, now, before we start ruining the like to dislike ratio on this video, I would like to say that I actually thoroughly enjoyed Black Mesa. And I'll tell you why that is. Let's dive in. Now, there are so many things this game did extremely right, but two stand out the most for me. The first being the music. Man, the music is so awesome. When you storm into a room and the music starts blasting through your headphones, there's a 100% chance of a lot of people dying. It's energetic, it gives you a rush, and it fits so well with the gameplay. And the strange thing is that when you're underground, there's absolutely no music whatsoever. But instead of it becoming boring or still, it actually fits. Which is a difficult thing to master for game designers, to know when to not implement music or surrounding noise and make it fitting. I mean, you're deep underground after all, so there wouldn't be any noise outside. But because there's no music as well, you start imagining hearing things. And, well, this could be just me though. Now, the second thing I thought was above solid was the gameplay itself. And I don't mean the gunplay or the movement, I mean the fact that nothing is laid out for you. No UI telling you where to go, no highlighters painting the way for you. You just need to listen to what the other characters say and look around and search for a path. It is idiotic to see how many times I thought I was stuck in a level, but because I just didn't think of the most obvious things because they weren't highlighted like in all modern games nowadays. Like here. In the beginning of the game, I stood in front of a closed door with shattered glass for a good solid 10 goddamn minutes before realizing the game was not going to hold my hand and I just needed to crouch. Yeah, I know, how the fuck am I still alive, right? I felt like my brain was just going to fall out when I had to search a let's play on YouTube to figure out that I just needed to crouch instead of the game showing it to me. Now, I did mention the gunplay and the movement, and I have to say that those are extremely solid as well. It just feels fluid and fun, which are really the most key features in a first-person shooter. Although I do think that this is because the game runs extremely smooth. As it should, considering it's a remaster of an 18-year-old game that ran on a PS2. But it also means that the potato graphics cards are actually enough to handle this game just fine. However, with a high-end card and 144Hz monitor, you won't be disappointed as well. Now, of course, there are more things to love, like the enemy variety, the gun variety, the parkour levels, or just interesting characters. But it isn't like one of those is extremely great. The game is more like a pile of good ideas and design choices, combining them to make one great game. And that is what I just love about this game, because even though I spent 20 bucks on it and finished it in 4 hours, I still feel like it was most certainly worth it. Hell, I just think it was worth it because you can shoot your allies in the face with no bad consequences.
You can trust them. You can trust all of us.
All units, be advised, this is kind of f***ed up. Like, when you think about it.
Now, sadly, the game is not without its flaws, because I did some research and sadly this game is not finished yet. It is early access. So right before you enter the last part of the game ends and you just sit there like...
What?
It sucks. It really does. Because the rest of the game was so enjoyable. and it really discredits the game for not having the right ending it deserves. The developers, which are just fans of the Half-Life series by the way, did say they are working on it, but the game released on May 5th of 2015, so God knows how long that is going to take. A second thing that is just kind of obvious, but I'm going to say it anyway, even though the game has new graphics, it still doesn't look all too good. Now, I do get that this is not produced by a AAA studio, but nonetheless it would be nice to have some more modern textures. It is just what I'm used to nowadays, and I feel that the standard needs to be set high to push the industry as far as we can. That is not to say that they did a bad job, because they didn't. I just say it could have been better. Black Mesa is an experience that just makes you want more. It is extremely fun to play and it is worth your time to at least play once, if not twice. The music, atmosphere and fluid gameplay are all here, and for $20 it's a really good deal to at least try out. Sadly, the game is still in early access and the ending is not the one you want, but if we take the developer's word for it, and we just have to wait while it comes to us in a later update. But even then, I still feel that there is enough here to warrant the purchase. So I'll say that even though Black Mesa isn't finished yet, it is still worth the money.